watching QTV this morning, and I'm Jenna Bosonko, joined by my amazing co-host here, Ibrahim Abalde, as well as our newspaper review guest, Adedirami. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Pleasure as always.
Exactly.
Glad to be invited.
Nice. It's good to be here, Jenna.
Yeah.
Especially sharing this wonderful platform with a beautiful princess like you.
Excuse me.
And
Say that again. Whatever.
I love that.
Yeah.
Baby, you know I'm loving the tone of your flesh.
Yeah, because, you know, I put in some efforts, you know. You have to put in some efforts to get results.
Yeah.
You know, the last time I was talking about how we should have like a dermatologist to come on because there are a lot of, she's taught me so much within a short period when I went there, scrubbing.
Right.
Before now, you know, if I just have my soap and whatever, I'm gone. But you know, it's processes. You have to scrub your skin, you know, apply some oils when you're going to bed.
I'm sure
moisturize
Balde
properly.
does all of that already.
Do you do all of that?
Already?
Yeah, I do. I do. But you should know the combination of chemicals that you put on your skin.
Sure.
Well, I've seen different types of, products in the market, and people are using them. Sometimes you see a person's skin, the way it looks. Some are, you know, some are black. Others different colors on one. On
I
one
do
person.
not use anything that has hydroquinone.
You know?
So anything hydroquinone, you don't use it. And I use a thing called shea moisture. So it's a shea butter, made up of shea butter and everything. So it's not like anything chemical that is cruel on skin. You don't want to go that way, actually. Yeah.
All right.
But thank you. I mean, oh my God. Thank you for recognizing my skin.
I think it's important to recognize if someone is making an effort.
Okay, when someone's glowing, whatever.
Exactly.
Mr. Ade, how was your weekend?
It was an interesting one. I wasn't well, actually.
I was not expecting to see you today.
No, I wasn't expecting to be here today because on Saturday I would normally record Weekend Review, but I wasn't feeling well, so I went home. And so it meant that most of Sunday I slept. And I feel a lot better.
Really?
But as well as sleeping, I got up to try and watch the World Cup match, Qatar, Ecuador. But my Wi-Fi then decided that I shouldn't watch it. So
oh, wow. It finished?
It kept buffering.
Oh, no.
After 1 minute, the game would be on, and then it would buffer for about 2 minutes, and then I'd see. So it got so irritating, I switched off.
You switched off.
After about 30 minutes. I think by then, I think they were already 2-0 down, Ecuador. Yeah.
Well, who are you supporting?
You mean yesterday?
No, I mean the whole... who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Senegal.
You're rooting for Senegal. Who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Senegal.
I
wanted Qatar to win yesterday's game. I mean, they are playing, you know, in their country. So I think it would have been very nice for them to win.
For that reason, I also wanted them to win. It would have been a nice start, because this is a country which, although they're hosting the World Cup, they've never previously qualified for it, and the only reason they're playing it is because they're the host
country.
But so for that reason, and because of all the criticism they've received, I wanted them to win.
And you know, they tried a lot. I mean, a lot of preparations.
Yesterday, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
The hosting.
A lot of preparations have been done, you know, on the ground. When you look at their stadiums, when you look at a whole lot of preparations.
A lot of money, quite a few billions, several stadiums that are air conditioned, because the temperature is 40 degrees, which obviously is not ideal for normally for playing football. So all the stadia is like sitting in your house because they're all completely air conditioned. So a lot of new technology has been used to make it a comfortable experience, certainly for the spectators. Probably less so for the players, although yesterday apparently the players were fine because I guess some of the air conditioning was coming onto the pitch.
Oh, nice.
So it was good, but they've tried. They've tried. Yeah.
I think just Qatar is a beautiful country. You know, just that is the thing. And it was beautiful, like the whole opening ceremony, and also that sense of this ability is not inability that was displayed as well.
Yes, indeed.
Morgan Freeman's words were amazing.
Yes.
You know?
Funny enough, when the opening bit was on, my TV was fine.
Okay.
It's when the football started.
Lucky you.
It's when the football started that the whole thing started acting up. But you're right. I mean, they used that opening ceremony to put across lots of messages.
A lot.
Including this whole message of brotherhood and you know, oneness that the World Cup tends to generate. But in the West, there's been a lot of hypocrisy. You know, and so even the BBC wrote an article because Infantino, the FIFA head, came out and he blasted the West. I mean, in fact, they listed 11 of the things he said, criticizing the West and all those criticizing it. But for me, the one I picked out was that he said Western Europe has been oppressing the world for 3,000 years. He said, and they should spend the next 3,000 years apologizing before they start moral. And it's true. I mean, I've seen some England players come out and criticize Qatar. And I thought, you know, so I replied to the BBC to that article. I said, some of your England players have criticized Qatar and their human rights record. Yet I have never seen any of your footballers criticize the United States for keeping people in Guantanamo Bay 20 years without charge. If any other country did that, there would be absolute criticism about your abusing people's human rights record. They released one guy last week who had been in for 18 years. He's now 70 years old. And they said because of his age, that's why they released him. But they'd never charged him.
Yeah, that's wrong.
In 18 years, he'd never been charged. They have other people there. They've been kept at Guantanamo for 20 years. They've never been charged. So, you know, it's hypocrisy. You know, and yet nobody's criticized that.
World Cup is just a period of time. And for me, you know, people criticizing Qatar that, oh, you need to accept this, that. But this is a country that did not accept, you know, certain things before the hosting of the World Cup. So, you know, we should just respect cultures.
We should abide by their rules and regulations.
What I find funny about that is that the Western nations, you know, the likes of France and England and so on, they're the ones who are always telling people, when you come to our country, respect our culture.
Exactly.
They love that statement. So they're now ramming it down their throats. If it applies to you, it should apply to somebody else.
Another country.
You know, it can't be one-way traffic. You know, and they should just shut up, honestly, because they've got nothing to sort of be, they've got no moral high ground to stand on, really.
But anyway, I'm looking forward to Portugal's game. You know, I love Cristiano Ronaldo, so.
I'll be rooting for Ghana. Come on.
Well,
I hope you don't mean that game, because
well,
they're playing
rooting for Ghana, but you know, everybody has someone that they love, like in a team. You know, I know somebody else, Argentina for Messi, they'll be excited.
Well, yes,
so
and then you have people like Cristiano and Messi, who there are people who are fans of theirs, not necessarily a fan of either Argentina or Portugal or Manchester United or PSG. Yes. I mean, myself and some others, we belong to a Manchester United group, and there's one guy there who is more of a Cristiano fan than he is a Man United fan, which is fine, you know, but he's young, so I guess that explains it.
But anyway, moving on, on the African proverb, we have, nobody is born wise.
Yes.
That's what the African proverb is.
It's one of these proverbs that is designed to start a conversation or an argument. I'm not sure which, maybe both. Because there's this kind of accepted thing that, you know, one acquires knowledge over time. But as we were saying before we came on air, I think, Jennifer, you were saying, it's not necessarily true. There are some people who are very young and they seem wise from the earliest age that they've been on earth. So it's not necessarily true that nobody is born wise, because some people seem to be born wise.
Well, me too. You know, some people just born with talent naturally without having to put in the required
we're talking
effort.
about wisdom, not talent.
But I'm just taking it there. Like somebody will say, oh, there's certain talents where you have to also learn them, maybe writing or something else. Some people are born automatically being able to do it. It just needs for them to realize that they can do it, for them to do it, you know. So I do not agree with this one.
I suspect Balde is one of those who was born wise.
Balde, so what's your take?
He strikes me as...
nobody is born wise. What do you think?
Well, the reason why, you know, we chose this proverb, I mean, it's to look at what it says. Nobody is born wise. I'm also against it. I know there are people that, you know, they are born with wisdom. Some of them, they are born wise. Once you see them growing, you can understand these kids are wise. So they don't need to go through trainings to be wise. You know, some also are born tick in the head. You understand?
What's that?
You will try all that you can to make sure, they become wise.
Yes.
But it would be very difficult. So I am against this proverb. Some are born wise, some are born
But generally, the proverb seeks to achieve something. There's something that the proverb
it's telling you,
yes.
nobody is born wise. You have to go
because
through certain trainings. Certain trainings.
Yeah.
You know,
when it says no,
nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
It doesn't say some people.
It
can say it's an absolute.
Some are
but
born
this one
wise.
says nobody is.
Yeah. Some are born wise.
You know.
So I think we all disagree with the proverb.
Yeah.
That's the first time I think.
Yeah, we all disagree. I was expecting him to be like, oh, you know, when destiny does this,
no,
that.
My reason of putting it here.
Yes.
So that we can just talk about it.
Yes.
And you know, I know we are not going to agree.
But today we have agreed.
All of us agree.
Yeah,
that
no, what I mean is, I know we are all not going to.
He's disappointed that we've all agrid.
Yes.
Yeah, but generally, it's trying to, you know, kind of point at how people also sometimes need to put in the required effort to get the knowledge and everything. You know,
because sometimes it's believed that experience is what teaches people wisdom, and if you're born, you've not experienced anything. So theoretically, then you haven't acquired wisdom. But as we've said, you know, there were people I was at school with who seemed wiser than some of my teachers who were far older than them. So, you know,
it reminds me of a guy that wanted to rectify our teacher in the class.
It used to happen back in school.
I used to get into trouble all the time for that.
No, that was a bad experience.
It was a bad experience for me
for the young guy.
You know, I'm looking at Mr. Ade's head right now, and I'm like, Mr. Ade has gray hair, but Kana is okay with his gray hair. I see a lot of people now being so insecure about having gray hair. They run to the barber and then get it. Moi kotoyi mai wahni. Kotoyi ni nga hamne. They run to the barber to get it darker. But you're so okay with your gray hair.
It's interesting you say that. I have some former classmates of mine.
Yeah.
As soon as they see one bit of gray,
they rush.
They go and they have it dyed. and they always say to me, why don't you do the same? Like, no, this is telling us that, you know, we're not young anymore.
Yeah.
It's a sign you should be proud of it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm happy you're comfortable about it. Currently, a lot of Qatars, for some reason, we call them Qatars, they don't like gray hair. They rush.
Well, I think that's ignorance. I mean, that's.
Are you sure when you reach there, you will
leave? It's vanity.
That's a matter.
It's vanity. It's not ignorance.
If I get there, I'll be happy to have gray hair. I mean, I think life is stages. Yeah. You were a baby, you grew up to this stage, and it's a stage for you to, accept. I mean, you know, getting gray hair doesn't mean anything. It's
part of the journey. And for some people, getting bald as well. I mean, there was a time when, again, one of my best friends is in Ghana. I mean, he was bald quite early, in his 30s. He was already bald.
Wow.
That's difficult.
But you see now, what men do is that they do a balde, or should I say a balde. You know, they shave when they're going bald, and so you can't tell that they are bald because they shave everything off. And so it's
but it's a difficult one.
Well,
some people. I can't imagine. I don't even sit at once and think about gray hair. I mean, if I have gray hair, I'm gonna tint it to black. You know, it comes. But it looks nice. I mean, gray mixed with black. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's a nice color.
But I see that trend of people rushing because they don't want to be old. They're scared. Qatars, maybe they feel they can't attract younger people.
Well, Mr. Ade, I think
a friend of mine, I hope he's not watching, but that's what he told me. He said, you know, if he lets it grow, you know. I said, but you're 67, why should you be trying to attract younger people? You know,
okay, come on. I don't know about that, but I don't want to go there.
You know, one, you have to grow up. You have to accept. You have to move on.
As you said, there are stages.
I mean, you know, Jenaba just said, I mean, they want to attract young girls, they want to do this and that and that. But I'll tell you something, I mean, you can't finish all these women in the world. I mean, it's better for you to chill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important for you to accept the reality.
And I hope my friend is watching, listening to what Balde is saying.
Yeah.
You can't deal with all the women in the world. So, you know, grow up and let your hair.
And as women as well, you know, we need to also accept some of the things that, you know, although it's okay, it's people's bodies, they decide on what to do. But I don't know, I feel like I'm just going to be that person to embrace growing up and accepting.
Yeah, I think one should. You know, like you were saying, it's ignorance, and I said it's vanity. But for people who don't want to grow old or older, and they think that dyeing their hair jet black. In fact, what makes it always funny is it's always blacker than it was before.
Exactly, and it's so obvious.
And you know what?
So
at some
and
point,
it's obvious. Yeah.
You know, at some point, if you are used to dyeing your hair black, the color will change to black and become sort of red hair or
something like that.
It will change to red, you know. The only thing I am not able to grow still is my beard. I mean, I can't still.
But
you want to grow a full beard?
I wanted to have a lot of it.
You keep shaving.
But at some point, I think I do feel pimples on my.
Oh, okay,
and it makes me very uncomfortable.
You have to get past that stage if you want to grow.
I tried it several times. It didn't work.
I've never grown what you'd call a full beard, but I've grown one like this, like the one you have now.
It used to be called like a Craig David or something.
This one. This one is cool. I love this one.
You guys remember Craig David? Oh my God!
Craig David is still doing it, you know.
Craig David
we used to have Craig David.
Wow.
We used to have the likes of Cisco.
Cisco from
But anyway, the message is that let us. If it is an insecurity to you, try to walk around it and kind of accept, people pointing at you for certain things. Just accept it and live with it naturally. But let it blend in, and then you live life happily. Yes. But the moment you want to fix certain things,
just embrace it.
Embrace it, and
Yes, I mean you are created that way.
Exactly.
I mean the one that created you, he knows.
Decided
this is what you have to pass through this stage. I mean you have to be grateful. You've reached that stage. Some people didn't reach that stage.
And if a younger girl should fall in love with you, even if you have gray hair, the girl will always find a reason to want you,
to keep you
as a koto,
but not you.
Not
her.
Excuse me.
She doesn't like men with grey hair.
Who said so? Excuse me. Go inside my DM. You're not on my DM, okay? You're not on my DM.
She doesn't like pa. She doesn't like people call pa.
She doesn't like koto.
Who said so? Mr. Ade, I came to your table and we had a conversation.
So I know that's not true. Yes,
so let it go. But anyway, we'll go for a short break. Leave it at that. We'll go for a short break, and when we come back, the conversation continues. We'll be right back.
Money is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new Q Money app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy Q Power, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send Q Money, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Calpe. We innovate, others follow.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Somebody wants to ask you something? Welcome back from that short break. We were just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now, moving on, we head right onto the newspaper review. No physical newspapers, but, current affairs conversation, I'll call it.
And we've got Foria online.
Yes. But to start with, we saw that on Friday, President Barrow officially closed the Techifi program and officially opened the National Employment Policy and Plan 2022 to 2026. And we saw the figures when it comes to the Techifi program, and it's a good thing really that they came up with this National Employment Plan, because The question has always been all these years, since 2019, what next
happens,
after tech?
What happens when tech finishes? Because we always knew it had an end date. And that's from the day one when I heard about it, and I heard that it was ending on a particular date. I thought, what happens next?
Yes.
So I was really pleased, like you were, that there is a plan to kind of take it on and take it forward.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sustainability has to be there, and it's not, you know, it wasn't obvious from the start, but you know, now we know where it's going from
Part
here.
of ways in which the media shapes, I'm not saying directly due to media pressure, that's why they came up with a sustainability plan, but questions like these, you never know, you know, go into cabinet sometimes where they need to find out what to do next after something phases out. I'm not saying it's because of things that we've said, but no matter what, the plan should be able to be implemented sustainably, because then if it's just there as a backup for us to shut our mouths, if it's for that, we will still question at the end of the day.
Well, this is it, because I mean, Techie Fee, you had GIZ, you had Annabelle, and what was
IMVF,
which was so you had Portugal, Belgium, Germany, all coming together. So I think between them, they must have worked out, okay, what happens when this finishes? How does it go on? Because they must have said to themselves behind closed doors, you know, these Africans, they're not into sustainability. Let's try and work with them to get something sustainable, so that, you know, otherwise they would have been criticized. You know, why did you do a project which comes to a particular point and then suddenly ends? And there's no going forward. So, you know, for me, I'm so glad, because it's something that I was really impressed by when I first came to the Gambia.
Well, sometimes I ask, I mean, the success is registered when it comes to these Techie Fee projects in the country. I know there are a lot of young people that benefited from the Techie Fee. But at some point, like you said, sustainability is very important. I mean, we need to realize it's not all the time that people will come to our aid. I mean, what are we going to use? I mean, the little resources that we have. What are we going to use that that project? I mean, how are we going to use it so that we can also help others? I mean, so I think these are things that should be put into consideration.
So to just give a rundown, the Techie Fee program, according to the statistics that are available, created and sustained about 9,000 jobs, enabled over 7,000 young Gambians to undergo skills training, and worked with 5,000 small businesses.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, when you think about this, you know, we keep saying for years that it's trade, not aid, that will take Africa forward. For most of those people who start small businesses, if they grow, they employ more people. The more people they employ, the more people pay taxes. You know, we keep saying we live in a tax-based economy. Well, that only works if people have jobs and they're paying their taxes. And so these things, people might see them as small, but when you multiply them, then, you know, it's really something worthwhile. So, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I always kind of celebrated the whole project, but you know, I did have my fears about its sustainability.
So generally there are criticisms put in place about it, but then you say, oh, there are criticisms about Techie Fee, but it's not coming from our government. Whatever the case, even if it's like 10 jobs that the Techie Fee created, it's somebody coming to support. At some point, if you take a look at it, in as much as we want to criticize these things, but at the other hand, you're thinking of what changes.
And you know, particularly in a country like the Gambia, where we have this acute problem of youths who the first thought is, how do I get out of the Gambia? When there are instances when, you know, because you've got the skills, you can set up as a motor mechanic, as a carpenter, you've got the tools, you start making money and you start feeding yourself, you start feeding your family. You don't have to go abroad to do any of that. You know, a lot of people, their ambition is to go abroad and then start sending, you know, via remittances. And that taught a lot of people, and it showed there are examples where they can show practical examples of this person, because of the Techie Fee project, they were able to start doing this, they got the training, they got the tools to get them started, and they were able to continue and so on. A lot of people, they would sell the tools and stuff. We know that that happened. You can't stop that.
But the beginning that happened, it was rampant. But later they had to like look for other ways where they actually buy you the materials. They don't even give you the money because some use the money to like, go back to the back way. It was like people were abusing it at the time that this thing started. But whatever the case, I heard testimonies at the event coming from one from Fatu Jukadabo, where she's talking about they make 3D, you know, that the 3D printing and how tech-y has trained a lot of young people. So I think now it's just left to the government, who now has the sole responsibility when it comes to the implementation of the national employment policy and plan. And then you see that there's a new minister of trade and regional integration. He has to
of course
start, you know, from scratch, because even the president mentioned, he said it at the event to say you have a huge task ahead of you, you know. And the president also used the opportunity at the launching to talk about, that was even my story insert, where he talked about his own journey, how he was a security guard in the United States, had to travel
in
the United Kingdom, sorry, had to travel 6 hours to get to wherever in London he needed to, and then it took him 6 hours altogether, and had to change about 9 times during the day to work like multiple jobs, you know. But later in 3 years he realized that I have to come back to my home and start a real estate business and just do it. And he said my next job was president.
Yeah, quite exactly.
As easy as that.
Yeah, quite. You know, he started real estate, I think, with $100,000.
With $100,000 capital, and then
he built it from there.
And he talks about something very important, which has to do with how family shapes how you think as an individual as to traveling. Because he talked about how his wife did not even want him to come back to Gambia. How his mom did not even want him to come back to Gambia because she had the dream to go to Mecca. And she thought the only way the president can take her was traveling and being a security guard in the United Kingdom.
The reason,
but he took her through the real estate business, which was started with $100,000.
Yes, you know, the reason is, I mean, we have a lot of opportunities in Africa, but the thing is, the notion that we have, it's only Europe.
But you are part of that notion.
Yes. No, I don't.
No. He's not.
I don't have that notion.
Are you sure?
I don't want
he told us.
I don't want to go to Europe and settle. I don't want to go to America and settle.
He told us that.
I'm talking about
recently.
I'm not
real-time conversations.
No. Honestly, I am not that type. I mean,
really?
He said,
you know, I believe in settling in Africa. I believe in doing you know, it's easy to go to Europe or America when you have money. If you have real money, it's easy to go. So it's important for you to respect yourself, make that money, and you go for
But
holiday.
there's one time you told me that if something's doubling your salary currently outside, you're just going to go.
No,
so you're taking that back.
But having said that, he's not the only one.
No, I'm just asking.
No, I didn't say that.
No.
Oh, excuse me?
She's trying to
it's on record.
Wrong.
No problem.
What I said,
Mr. Adi,
no,
we'll get
I didn't say that. What I said here on this platform, I just want to make it straight.
Sure.
I said nothing. It's going to move me from Africa to go and settle somewhere. You understand? I'll have to consider, you know, what I'm earning from my country. Maybe if I live here and go settle in Europe, I'm not going to earn that. You know, even if I earn it, I think the struggle will be far greater than here.
You will earn 5 times.
You will earn 5 times,
But the struggle will be greater.
But the struggle. You know, you have to leave early morning in that snow to go to work. I mean, so all those things should be considered.
Sure.
You know, I believe Africans should realize now, and you know it's easier for you to settle, make it in your country than going outside.
So really, I think the things that should just take people outside of their countries has to do with either education
or
getting an international appointment, which is normal. You can get an international appointment at in Geneva. You never know.
Well, this is it.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Exactly.
The president just said he came back and became a president.
Exactly. So who knows?
I think it's easier to get an appointment in Geneva than becoming a president in the Gambia.
This is true. This is true. But you know, I was going to say, I once wrote an article where I was comparing my parents' generation to my own. Now, my parents are the generation who went to UK, mostly to the UK, those who were from British colonies, to study in the 1950s. In fact, in 1950. In fact, my father went in 1948. But their sole aim of going was to study and return and build up their countries. And somehow that changed from about the 80s and the 90s. People went because in a lot of instances, the dream that we had of independence had failed. A lot of countries were no longer democracies. They were one-party states. and people felt they couldn't get on unless you belonged to the correct party and so on. And so it changed over time. People didn't go abroad to study. They went abroad and stayed.
And never came back.
And never came back.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I have family members who've been over there for 40, 50 years.
Yeah, sadly.
So it's sort of changed over that time, and it's sad.
Someone sent me something very interesting. I think it's important for us to say it here.
Okay.
There was power outreach at the Kairaba Beach Hotel while Take Fee program closure was on the way, presided by President Adama Barrow. The blackout.
You were there?
I was there.
The blackout lasted for minutes, and the flashlights from cameras were the only source of light before power was restored. Some delegates at the hall expressed security concerns and called for the avoidance of such while the president himself is inside the hall.
Well,
I think
you were there.
I was there, and actually it's exaggerated.
Okay.
It's not like it took minutes, like whereby 10 minutes or so. It just happened for a period, and then.
But the person said minutes.
Yeah, but it's not like minutes.
Several, not several.
Several. I was seated there.
Well, I don't think that's even. I mean, it should go that way.
I mean, you've raised the point, and they raised it because of security concerns.
Yes.
For me, that's irrelevant. I think
me too.
What we should be concerned about is that in 2022, we should not be having the frequent. I mean, here at QTV, throughout the day, we could have 10 of those, where the NAWEC one goes down. You know, all citizens are having to suffer. Let the president also feel what we are feeling. You know,
normal.
It's normal, and then let them try and do. You know.
You mean my president should be
But
the dark and asking for where is the match and the candle?
Is not immune.
Yeah.
There's no immunity anywhere to say, oh, there's immunity somewhere where there's this place. There's not.
But you know, I get what they say.
I mean,
you know, they're talking about.
There are places that 24/7 they have power. Those people are on different lines. I mean, I have not seen it, but people are saying it. I mean, I don't know how true it is.
Look,
they have all the lines. All the lines, whenever this side have, you must have.
It's a weird one because I live along Coastal Road, and there was a time when every day we would have blackouts. And then one day we were sitting and we just said to each other, do you realize that for 2 weeks we haven't had any power outage? We were shocked.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's almost as if we shouldn't have said it because the next day we went back
this guy
to
said
abnormal.
He said, you should know this. He said it's wrong for the lights to go off whenever the president, it doesn't happen anywhere.
No, it happens a lot in Africa. he needs to realize.
Yeah.
He needs to
realize. And he needs to wake up. It's NAWEC.
He needs to.
It shouldn't be. It's NAWEC.
NAWEC.
Step up on the game.
What he might say, what he could have said is that if you are in a hotel that is hosting such a thing, perhaps you should actually automatically go to your
generator.
You should go to your generator. It shouldn't be a standby because it should be on, so you're not at the sort of behest of NAWEC, or it should be on because okay, the president is coming. Let's keep it on all the time. And then you don't worry about it whilst he's there because to an extent I get the point that security concerns if everywhere is dark and the president, if somebody has ill intentions towards the president, then that will be an opportunity. So I get.
And actually, when the lights came back on, I saw like a little movement from the security. I saw that, so I'm watching, like, oh, they're just checking.
They're thinking, has Geneva got a gun?
Geneva, or
all
somebody.
Right, so let's move on. Oh, is that all for Mr. Adi on this one?
Well, I'm not sure. It might be.
You don't have something to tell him? You don't have a question?
Well, I think that's all.
I raised what do you want to raise?
We've already exhausted almost all the
newspaper,
time.
Almost all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
We are half hour, 30 minutes,
But anyway, yesterday was International Children's Day.
Yes.
One of our guests on our Community Watch will be talking about the World Children's Day, actually, which was yesterday.
Been to HK Factory.
Yes.
Is she here already?
Yes, I think so. But generally, I'm just happy about the stages that these children are occupying. I mean, not even children, sometimes when they speak, they deliver statements, I look at them, I'm like, oh, the future.
This goes back to our proverb.
Yeah.
Because when I hear some of the young people, children these days, I think I didn't have that kind of wisdom when I was their age. And so when we're talking about, wisdom and so on, I think this is exactly goes
but
back to that.
I used to speak to when I was little, so whatever.
I have something to say. I mean, it's important this platform is shared, with the people watching.
Our viewers.
They said thieves have broken into the office of the Fatu Network last night. They've stolen cameras, TV monitors, and equipments. The Fatu Network has reported to the police. Please watch out for anyone selling cameras, TV monitors, etc.
So
we don't want it, so don't bring it.
It's unfortunate. So
that's bad.
That's bad. I mean, they are fellow broadcasters, and we don't want this kind of thing happening.
We are wishing Teresa a happy belated birthday.
Teresa,
when was her birthday?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday, it's the 20th.
Happy
birthday, Teresa of QTV.
Had it fallen today, I think it would have been a public holiday.
Really? Why is that?
Teresa is one of our star camera
She is one of our finest camera ladies.
So
why in Teresa? I'm not
happy birthday, Teresa.
Belated public holiday. Man li munumako. Bilay li dumako laal.
Affaire bi si Teresa la.
Déedéet. Wala nga tax mu nekk si Teresa.
Teresa mooy affaire si.
ñu ne dafa yaru. Xanaa lum àndal moom. Dafa am lum àndal wala dafa am lu ko baax.
Teresa mooy affaire si.
Teresa mooy affaire si. Lan la baax. Teresa lan la enu?
No, how much? Why mooy affaire si?
Lan la Teresa enu waay.
So we'll take a short break.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ade, for joining us.
A pleasure.
Yes, it's always good to have you here.
Always good to be here.
So we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll head right on to Community Watch, taking a look at World Children's Day. We'll be joined by Director Bintu HK Fati. We'll be right back.
Save up to 50% energy with the new side-by-side Samsung refrigerator. Samsung air conditioners come with HD filter and antibacterial for your protection. Save time, energy, and effort by using our washing machines, loaded with innovative features that offer superior cleaning technology. Step into the future of television with our slick and slim Samsung Smart TV designs. Sizes range from 32 to 85 inches. Smart LED, Crystal UHD Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dark LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV. Unparalleled vision, right from the comfort of your living room. Our products are backed with 1-year warranty. Visit us at QCell Building at Caraba Avenue or at Boost Turntable. Contact us on 333-32170 or email us at info@quantumnet.gm. As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
QCell, GSM company minna yirwa tariata Gambia Bankoka. QCell la 4G plus network ya banko bela mura. Andung ala internet o tariata sidula saba katambi nyongola. Saun sahin, yesta 335# kumandi. Yada di kemuna fang 4G sobe wala. QCell, Gambia la network lanna yaringo.
QCell woni GSM company ɓurɗo janɗude ko leydi Gambia ɗo e QCell 4G plus coverage on ɓuri yawude laaɓi tati ɓe woni poɗodirde ɓen. Waɗu dial *335# fi wawa nafitorade ko woni 4G. QCell network ɓuraɗo holorede ko leydi Gambia.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. The World Cup is here. Enjoy the beautiful game of football with our Samsung Smart TV. Enjoy a massive discount on any Samsung TV purchased.
We have sizes ranging from 32 to 85 inches, packed with an ever-evolving variety of content and features. The Samsung Smart TV also provides your favorite video on-demand services such as Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, music streaming services, and even various games and sports content to enjoy as you please. For more information, call us on 333-217, on WhatsApp 350-555, or visit our brand shops at the ground floor of QCell building or at the Bruceby turntable. This promo lasts till 30th December. Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. eFunkanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using eFunkanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. eFunkanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell company bu ëppa client yu ees yu koy jëfandikoo ci biir réew mi. QCell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu ci biir réew mi, internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu dëggantaan. QCell network Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu.
World Cup is here. Enjoy the beautiful game of football with our Samsung Smart TV. Enjoy a massive discount on any Samsung TV purchased. We have sizes ranging from 32 to 85 inches, packed with an ever-evolving variety of content and features. The Samsung Smart TV also provides your favorite video on-demand services such as Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, music. Espas Motors is the largest and most modern auto service in the Gambia. Espas Motors is the only authorized dealer in Chevy, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. At Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motors services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 352222 353-4444 or locate us on the Bertel Harding Highway. Espas Motors. World Cup is here. Enjoy the beautiful game of football with our Samsung Smart TV. Enjoy a massive discount on any Samsung TV purchased. We have sizes ranging from 32 to 85 inches, packed with an ever-evolving variety of content and features. The Samsung Smart TV also provides your favorite video on-demand services
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So as we mentioned before we went for the break, yesterday was World Children's Day, and now we're joined by Binta H.K. Fati, the Director of Children's Affairs at the Ministry of Children, Gender and Social Welfare. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so before we even get into the World Children's Day, we saw how in 2019 the government of President Adama Barrow came up with the Ministry of Children and Gender. So since that ministry came about, what changes has the ministry registered in relation to the plight of children in the Gambia?
Thank you so much, Geneva, for that wonderful question. Since the establishment of Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, there are so many progress that the ministry register in ensuring that the right of the children is placed in the right direction.
Right.
By coming up with an independent directorate for children affairs, because we all know before issues of children were handled with social welfare.
Right, right.
First time in history for Gambia to have an independent directorate responsible for the welfare of children in the country. Not only that, in terms of legislation too, we came up with standard operating procedure for vulnerable children. So there are also a lot of advocacies been done in child's right promotion to ensure children also are responsible in advocating for their own right at the level of the ministry.
Yeah, when you say policies put in place, maybe can you give one or two examples in relation to that?
Yes, if you look at the Children's Act of the Gambia, it's since 2005.
Right.
But currently, the policy is under review to capture current child protection realities that were not captured before.
Okay, like what?
Act. If you look at like bullying on the other hand, these are things that were not captured in the previous Children's Act.
Right.
So those are issues that will be incorporated. Not only that, even issues around trafficking, so that they came out clearly. Because if the laws are not clearly spelled out, it also the legislative environment may be disturbed in one way or the other because they will not have the right policies in place.
Yeah, how about the social protection systems? Because, you know, under the ministry, we had this, I always talk about this because, you know, it's of keen interest to me. We had this review in Dakar, I can remember, with the African Union, and they're talking about social protection systems for women and children. And in Gambia here, at the time, you know, it was said that it's under construction, but nothing communicated yet. So are these put in place? Like when I talk about social protections, I mean vulnerable children, mothers, you know, sexually abused by their husbands or something, shelter for her and her kids, things like that. How far are we when it comes to that?
Yes, we have a shelter for children in Bakote. We are also working hard to ensure that it is well established. It has the required infrastructural space to cater for the needs of children. We also have a space where some of the victims of gender-based violence, if we come across them, we can also have a safe space for them. Or right now, we have the Orange Center that is also at Bakote at the same space. And it's also right now in operation. And when we have issues of domestic violence, that's where we take some of the victims.
Yes, let's take a look at the celebration this year. Okay. What are some of the things that you've observed at your department level that you would like to address in the future, and also so that we can see how best to stand for the plight of children in the Gambia?
Yes, if you look at World Children's Day in general, this day was first celebrated as Universal Children's Day in 1954. Right. Years later, on November 28, 1959, the United Nations General Assembly adopted the Declaration of the Right of the Child, CRC, on the same date in 1989. So since 1990, every year, November 20th is observed as World Children's Day. And we commemorate this day because it's an opportunity for awareness creation on the right of children, and also using children themselves to be in the forefront of advocacy. They will tell us what they want, and this is what will also dictate our programmatic actions and our interventions at the level of the ministry. Yes. What we coming back to your question again, what we observe is if it comes to issues of juvenile, like it's on the rise. Like you will see younger children between the ages of 12 and 15 being at the juvenile wing. This is it calls for concern, especially as authorities responsible for the welfare of children. So this year we also use the same avenue to sensitize parents about what is going on, so that at least we can bring about responsive parenting in our actions and in shaping our children to become responsible future leaders.
Well, it's important. That's a very important point there. I mean, each and every person will advocate for children to be responsible. I mean, standing for children. But how far have you gone with the job that you are doing in order to protect children's rights in the Gambia?
Yes, a lot have been done because like certain things don't come overnight. Like if it comes to children on the street, like some people will call them almudos. Some of those things, if you look at them, some of them are culturally embedded. Like some cultures, they believe children have to undergo such hardship before they can become responsible people. So we have to continue doing more advocacy to change mindsets. And that one is ongoing. That's why there are structures established at grassroots. We have the CCPCs, that's the Community Child Protection Committees, because we want also communities to be responsible when it comes to issues of children. And this is why these structures are established, so that when child protection issues arise, even before they come to at the central level, issues can be addressed at grassroots. So those structures are established there, and they are not only established, but they are also as well trained on child protection issues, so that they can.
So going back to my question about the establishment of a ministry of on children, when before the ministry came, there were laws put in place more detrimental to the life of the child than begging on the streets. You know, we are talking about FGM and child marriage, when, you know, obviously these laws came under Yahya Jammeh. Some even go to the extent of saying it was just some form of propaganda on his side because implementation wasn't done. But we see how down the line nothing has been done still. The ministry was launched in 2019, and to many that should have been one of the main areas of focus when it comes to the ministry, but we're still where we are. So what's going on?
I will not agree to that. We are not still where we are. Maybe implementation to some extent might be slow.
Yeah,
that is laws are in place, and we always.
But these are laws that were in place before the establishment.
They're still in place
before the establishment of the ministry. So now we're talking about because if you go to the books when it comes to prosecutions, and it is still there.
Yeah.
So when the moment you agree that implementation is slow, then it means where we were.
Yes, so that's where I want to come in. If you look at those laws, people may say is maybe laws of the former regime. No, laws are laws.
They are.
And they are still in place.
Right.
And they are still applicable in any circumstance.
So that is why we are questioning why it's not
implemented. I'm coming to that. Like, these laws are made. The society, the community at large has to help the implementation process, because lawyers, they are not everywhere. So when issues arise, we should ensure we report. But sometimes it's because of the Maslaha syndrome, the way we are connected in terms of family. This is why people don't report. And if you don't report, it's going to be hard for lawmakers to also implement the laws because they don't witness cases. These cases happen at the level of communities. So what we will tell everyone is, everybody, because I always say this, child protection is like climbing a greasy pole. You know, a greasy pole is hard to climb. So I have to do my quota. Somebody also do your quota so that we can complete the process. So now, communities have to participate to ensure that every child is safe in creating that protective space for every child. So they have to be responsible and also report cases when they happen in our communities. Only with that we can be able to implement laws. But if we don't report, it's going to be hard for us.
So how often do we engage these communities? It's important, fine, they report, but also we need to engage them. I mean, leaving it only to communities. I mean, some communities don't know how to do certain things.
Yes, like community engagement, that's part of our everyday intervention at the level of ministry. Because at the ministry, we have Ministry of Gender, Equality and Women Empowerment. And they do a lot of advocacy, even cross-border advocacy, where we do it at the cross-border, because sometimes we also realize, because FGM is an issue in Gambia, people will go to the neighboring country, Senegal, perform it, and then think when the child is recover fully, then they come back. So that's why we also bring that advocacy in place, so that when it happens, even at Senegal, people can report. Those things are ongoing. And at the level of social welfare is the same advocacy that has been going on for a while. Social workforce, that's the social workers, have been trained. The structures that exist within the community, being it ward development committees, being it village development committees, being it the CCPCs, have been trained. Even the MDFTs, that is the multidisciplinary facilitation team, because these are the people who work at the level of grassroots. They always touch base with communities, so that whatever intervention they do, they bring some of these child protection issues to their notice. They tell them the referral pathway, so that when they arise at the level of communities, they can always report.
Yeah, so why is it that, because there's criticism that progress is slow when it comes to you know, the plight of the children in the Gambia. So is it because that there's some form of overwhelming, that the ministry is overwhelmed because it has to handle gender, it has to handle children separately, social welfare? Is that the case, you know?
Okay, for me,
can that be a reason to say that is why progress is slow?
For me, I will say no, because basically issues of gender are addressed by department. Social welfare also, they are addressing social issues of the elderly, and children is also independent. So I think progress being slow on the side of implementation may, on the other side, you can say maybe our legislative process, because right now, ministry being responsive, we are a coordinating body, but when it comes to implementation of the law, that's just this. So maybe because of the human resource when it comes to availability of lawyers and other infrastructures, like we talk about children's courts, that's also essential, maybe being decentralized at the level of regions. So there are other issues that might be the cause, but I don't think ministry as an independent unit is the one responsible for that.
Okay, that is noted. So I think that is all, Ibrahim, that we have here. But you know, on every day is World Children's Day, because considering the fact that children are affected every single day, sexual and gender-based violence on the side, you know, we have FGM, you know, lack of education. We also see generally that there's some sort of improvement when it comes to parity on the side of education. We've seen the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education report that. But also, finally, before you leave, the issue of sanitary towels being available in schools, what is the ministry doing? You know, at least having a station where we say this is for sanitary towels for children to just go and collect. Is that happening in schools?
Yes, I will say the ministry is addressing that because...
but we are not there yet.
Yeah, but ministry is addressing that because if you go to the shelter in Basse,
yes,
we are working hand in glove with UNFPA to ensure that sanitary towels are processed and then being accessible to also communities at the local level.
All right.
Yeah, so ministry is doing a lot of things to promote reproductive health of girls, especially in schools.
All right, thank you so much, Director of Children's Affairs, Bintu HK Fati, for joining us. Looking forward to another engagement with you in relation to the plight of children in the Gambia. So we'll just go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll join by Momodu Gajaga on Sports Wall. As you all know, you'll be seeing more of Momodu Gajaga throughout the World Cup period, I'm sure, and he will get to update us about what's been happening so far. We've already touched on it, so he will just get to wrap it up for us. We'll be back.
Spas Motors is the largest and most modern auto service in the Gambia. The Spas Motors is the only authorized dealer in Chevy, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. At Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motor services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 352222 353-4444 or locate us on the Bertel Harding Highway. Espas Motors.
Money is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new Q Money app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy Q Power, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send Q Money, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Calpe. We innovate, others follow.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Save up to 50% energy with the new side-by-side Samsung refrigerator. Samsung air conditioners come with HD filter and antibacterial for your protection. Save time, energy, and effort by using our washing machines, loaded with innovative features that offer superior cleaning technology. Step into the future of television with our slick and slim Samsung Smart TV designs. Sizes range from 32 to 85 inches. Smart LED, Crystal UHD Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dark LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV. Unparalleled vision, right from the comfort of your living room. Our products are backed with 1-year warranty. Visit us at QCell Building at Caraba Avenue or at Boosterview Turntable. Contact us on 333-3217 or email us at info@quantumnet.gm. As the fastest growing GSM company in the Gambia, QCell has the widest 4G plus coverage in the country, 3 times faster internet speed than our competitors. So switch now and dial *335# and enjoy what true 4G feels like. QCell, the Gambia's trusted network.
QCell, GSM company minna yirwa tariata Gambia Bankoka. QCell la 4G plus network ya banko bela mura. Andung ala internet o tariata sidula saba katambi nyongola. Saung sahin, yesta 335# kumande. Yadati kemuna fang 4G sobewal. QCell, Gambia la network lanna yaringo.
QCell woni GSM company ɓurɗon janɗude ko leydi Gambia ɗo e QCell 4G plus coverage on ɓuri yawude laaɓi tati ɓe woni poɗodirde ɓen. Waɗu dial *335# fi wawa nafitorade ko woni 4G. QCell network ɓuraɗo holorede ko leydi Gambia.
Your favorite QCell service has gotten bigger. Kanta. Now you can loan bigger credit amounts to make life easier for you. Loan $75 and $100 and pay later. Yes, you heard me right. Get credit loan from $10 to $100 using Kanta by dialing *393#. Anytime you run out of credit, whether you want to buy Q Power, browse the internet, make urgent calls, or send SMS. Kanta is the service for you. Dial *393# and choose the loan amount of your choice with no hassle. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus, the pioneers of mobile loan service in the Gambia. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell company bu ëppa client yu es yu koy jëfandikoo ci biir réew mi. QCell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu ci biir réew mi. internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu dëggantaan. QCell network yi Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I am Jenna Bosonko. Like I said, from now on, I'm sure you'll be seeing more of our colleague Momodu Gajaga as the World Cup is currently underway. But you know, I love Cristiano Ronaldo, Momodu Gajaga, so much.
Oh, really? That's
yes,
beautiful.
but you know about it.
Good to know. Cristiano Ronaldo. Is it because he's so cute?
He's cute.
Yeah, because he talked about that. He said maybe the reason why so many people are following him on Instagram, he's the most famous person on Instagram with a following of more than 400 million people, close to 500 million followers around the world. Yeah. But enough of Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's talk about the World Cup.
Yeah.
It began yesterday in Qatar. Well, they call it a desert country. They call it a country that has human rights issues. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what's important is on the pitch. And the first game of the World Cup was between the host Qatar and Ecuador. And this is how it went. Well, Ecuador find it very easy to beat Qatar by 2-0. And all the 2 goals were scored by Iner Valencia. Iner Valencia was one time playing in the English Premier League for West Ham. And he's a very experienced striker. He scored more than 30 goals for his country in just 70 plus appearances. And looking at Iner Valencia in that celebration, he really felt great and joyful about his performance and also for the Ecuador national team. And they also had an iconic celebration where all 11 players were on their knees and they had their hands up there celebrating their victory. Well, for many people, Qatar is not a footballing nation. This is their first World Cup. They are there thanks to being the host, because maybe if they had gone through the qualification series, they might not be good enough to qualify. Yes, of course, 2 years ago they won the Asian Championship, but aside from that, they've not been known for being a country that has a football pedigree. But the World Cup is a beauty. The opening ceremony was fantastic.
Amazing. The
iconic stadium where hundreds of fans, I would say more than 60,000 supporters were in the stadium to cheer up both Qatar and Ecuador. They also have their fans there. So it's been a beautiful, beautiful World Cup opening game. It could have gone 3-0, and Ina Valencia could have had a first hat-trick in the World Cup opening game, because he scored a goal in just a little over 2 minutes, and the referee said it was an offside, because after they did a video review, that is the video assistant referee reviewed it. So this is what the coach of Qatar said. Well, he said, there is no excuse. I want to congratulate our opponents because there is a lot of possession in the game. They played very well, but he said there is room for improvement for his side. They did play very well, but not to their best level. So he is kind of congratulating his opponents for their good performance. But at the end of the day, it wasn't good enough to play you know, against Ecuador.
Yeah, we saw that Qatar is like the first country to lose an opening, like being the host and like kind of lose an opening game. But, you know, because of the beautiful opening, that kind of took away the fact that they lost. Because for me, I didn't care about Qatar losing or not. For me, it was about the beautiful opening where Morgan Freeman was there as a black person representing the black community with the amazing words, with a person who's, you know, was there also to show some form of disability not being inability. So for me, I was more concentrated on that, because I've never heard of Qatar making waves when it comes to football.
When it comes to football, yes. For many people, they care about the football, not about the country itself. But unfortunately, on the other side of the media, especially in the West, the English media for that matter, they blasting Qatar all over the place as their human rights record, being a very hot and humid country. It's a desert place. They don't know much about football. They're not a good footballing nation. So for them, it's about that. But for other people, they don't care. All that they matters to them is about the game on the pitch. And we just kick-started. And today, some interesting fixtures. England will be playing against Iran. That's the first fixture, 1 p.m. Gambian time. USA will play against Wales in the same group, and that's in Group B. And in Group A, the second match in that group, that is where you have yesterday Qatar played against Ecuador. Senegal will play against Netherlands today at 4 p.m. So that's today's fixtures. Senegal, well, looking forward to their first.
But who are you rooting for generally?
Well, like I said the last time, I think Brazil will win it. That's but Argentina are my favorites.
Argentina. I'm rooting for Portugal.
Because of Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, because of Cristiano Ronaldo.
All right. Good.
Isn't that beautiful?
Let's see how it goes.
Who are you rooting for?
Senegal.
Senegal? Why is that?
Well, they are my neighbors. I mean,
they're your neighbors?
If home is hot, I go to Senegal.
Really? But do you think if you were in their position, never mind. Moving on.
Yeah.
Is that all?
That's it for the World Cup update, and you know, we hope to bring you more of this.
But hey, before you leave, just quickly, you saw you know about the interview that Cristiano Ronaldo did. So what's your take on it when it comes to him talking about how Manchester has been disrespecting him and all of that? What's your take on that?
Well, that's a whole new program, Jennifer.
Yeah, but just quickly, what's your take?
Well, as a Manchester United supporter, and as a journalist, and as somebody who watched football, who read a lot about football, I think he's absolutely disappointing. A legend of the club, you know, he's been at Manchester United. This is his second coming to the club. He's been there, played the Champions League, even won the Champions League for them. So for him to come and do an interview where he castigates United, I think kind of tarnishes his image as a legend of the club. It was really disappointing to see him do that.
But anyway, personally, I think it was okay that he did that because he was being honest, you know, whatever the case. And then Manchester is not Manchester without Cristiano Ronaldo, whatever the case.
No problem. You and I will never get along on that.
We'll never get along. So we'll go for a break, and when we come back, we'll head right on to the click segment. Manchester.
company bu ëppa client yu ees yu koy jëfandikoo ci biir réew mi QCell am 4G plus coverage bu gën a yaatu ci biir réew mi internet bu gën a gaaw ñetti yoon naataangoom yi kon nag toxul léegi dal di dial *335# dal di bànneexu 4G bu dëggantaan QCell network Gambia bu ñu gën a wóolu.
Espas Motors is the largest and most modern auto service in the Gambia. Espas Motors is the only authorized dealer in Chevy, Mercedes-Benz trucks, Mercedes-Benz buses, Kia, Ford, Futon Mini and Midi buses, Futon trucks. Espas Motors, we have qualified professionals who use modern technology to diagnose and repair all brands of motor vehicles. Espas Motors services include auto sales, auto repairs, vehicle painting, availability of high-quality spare parts, towing services. We are reachable at any time. Call Espas Motors on 352222 353-4444 or locate us on the Bertel Harding Highway. Espas Motors.
Money is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new Q Money app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy Q Power, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send Q Money, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Calpe. We innovate.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now, from all the serious conversation, let's dilute everything, Ibrahima, with a click segment.
Exactly. So we go straight to the click segment due to time constraints. C-Boy.
Greetings from wherever you're watching us from. It's your boy Church in Valley, and we get straight to the click segment. On today's episode, I have no other than YD, Mr. Dunia Bay.
Hey, nyare style kutu sambanang, you all know what's up. It's your boy Malibele Kafo Gang, the best rapper on earth. You know what's up, man. Sad to see you, boy. You know, and I'm glad to be to your platform. You know what I'm saying?
My brother, my brother. Yeah. Yo, you've been hiding for quite a long time.
For real.
What is the reason? Tell us.
No, it's nothing bad. I was just, I was just down in my corner, trying to prepare myself more, I was in Team G, so I got off from the label, so there was a whole lot of things I was going through, so I had to go back and prepare myself, But if you know YD, I'm the best artist in this the best rapper in Gambia, the baddest rapper. So no doubt, you know.
I don't have a problem with you calling yourself the best rapper.
Honestly.
Because everybody claims that he is the best, you know, here and there. We have Atta claiming the best, Jizu here, ST over there. So y'all be claiming yourself that you are the best. Yeah. What makes you the best?
Me, because I got the potentials, you know, and I can take Gambian music to a whole nother level, like, and I got a different style. Right. I can sing, I can rap, and I got traditional songs too. I'm doing what this other rappers can do. I got different ways. Right. So I used to, you know, set myself on different dimensions. So this niggas just doing one thing, right. One kind of rap style. But sometimes, you know, so yeah. So a whole lot of potentials, bro.
Right. So right now, if you look at the Gambian music, what is your say? What is your perspective about Gambian music?
It's just like, it's just going back. Gambian music is not going forward, bro.
You mean we are not pushing?
We are not pushing.
We are nowhere in the map.
Yeah, nowhere in the map. We haven't even started yet because it's you know, and I can say it anywhere on any platform, you know what I'm saying?
What is your reason? What is your
because these plugs and these DJs and these TV presenters, I don't know however they call themselves, right. They are not promoting Gambian music. They are promoting people they know, the artists they support, and that's not taking our music forward. You know what I'm saying? Right. Me, I got a new song called Kolanying, you know, I just dropped it a couple of months ago, right. And it has a dope video, right. But nobody is playing it. I don't even see it on this platform here, on QTV, no lie, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a well-known artist. Everyone knows me in Gambia, like, you know, even in Senegal. But man, I got the only artist, I'm free collabo from Deep Dundu Giz because of how good I am. But if any of these Gambian rappers wanna have a collab with Deep, they must have to go and pay. It's So understand. So why they not promoting my set on the TV, well, on the radio?
YD is a fine rapper. I agree. I mean, right. He is very good. I sit at my corner, use my computer, and watch some of his songs. I watch his song where he said, "Jani Bita Langeje." Jani Bita Langeje.
That's a very mature
song. I watch that song a lot. You know, I think. For him to be, like for his songs to be played on TV, I think he also needs to contribute to that. I mean, if at all YD, you have a new song, I think you need to pick up your phone and call QTV.
Honestly.
Tell them, QTV, I have a song, we will play it.
Yeah, honestly.
You know, we'll push it. But right. I'm sitting here and I am one of your fans. I watch your music. I watch even the one, like, there was a video that he said, I don't know, where you do your thing. You know? I watch all those things, you know. I follow you a lot.
Yeah.
I follow you.
That is when he got signed into Team G.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we're going to take a look at YD's previous videos when YD was young, hungry, you know, giving us all that vibe. Like I have a place in the Gambian music. So we're going to watch one of YD's music videos and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
All right.
Yeah, Bricks Band with Kamala Banji. Hello, Shaq. Yeah, bring Alayen to sa kung yel na ko nyama tu. Alme mo ya no fal kama ko sa tu. Mo bebe kele kan kele, mo kele. Hey, kele, barabe ni nyaka se. Lagi ni kana kodo bukana. Wala medawo danda taro bukaja. Ipare taka tala fefa ni dekanta kele kido na dine ni ota. Badala paskaj nga skaj badala la ninga finger back lad you love that. Ken in the kubi get a fight when the battle but fuck police so the side nigga. Jamala fanya bambu ka for moy. Lag but into ku jamala no. Ku jamala kenna matanga for do ku jamala for do ala nan man fenne foi. Ay mata lag ngela side. Bula side do ka super get it right. Bula kan dan ni kala fanza rap bula murum fole super na ni ka fasa ba bula. Bring alayen to sal kungo yel da go nyama do.
Welcome back from that. YD, my brother.
bro.
I feel that, you know, those are the days when you were so hungry, you know, like proving a point that you have a place in the Gambian music.
Honestly.
But this interview cannot go on without us talking about your relationship with Team G. Your relationship with G himself. So, how do you see that right now that you are no more on the label? Are you doing better than you used to be?
Yeah, I'm doing, honestly speaking, I'm doing better than I used to be. Like, because it's just like I told you, my work is not being seen anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? I used to drop hit songs, mad songs, but they're not playing it on the radio anywhere. They're just focusing on 1, 2, 3 artists, pushing them. This is what I mean. Gambian music is not going. Like, imagine you push an artist for 10 good years and he haven't reached international. Why are you pushing that artist? We got millions of artists, hundreds of artists, thousands of artists in this country. 10 man, Gambia, if I got Gambia at my back like for 2 good years, I swear down I'm gonna penetrate. No. America is gonna talk about me. Nigeria, I'm gonna have bookings from all of these countries, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, international bookers. I'm gonna answer like me.
No,
get your hand.
Right now, how much in there? Why TV na push?
Honestly,
as far as push,
that's all I'm push with them. I complain. Them I want to complain.
No, fuck you push quite.
But honestly,
why did you go to push?
Honestly,
wow. Because music.
Yeah, because the time I was in Team G, like you know, G was the one that managing me. You know, he was the one that contacting all these plugs. You know, this you know, more contact media. Yep. So my music it was everywhere. Understand what I want? But right now, slow, mange jobs from my on a Malibele Kafo gang, my own team. But then, you know, kunyaka mange ignore, kunyaka any stupid music boy, they go, hey, and them when kidip karabli la def like any nonsense songs, guy, lolo nene kadi sour, they push, they place in media. Make good ben sense, boy. Like, you know, go here, mange take Dendi Vitala. Dama mer. Bepere my album is coming, you know, Machiavelli, you know. Good.
Walk us through on your new project.
Yeah, because I got Machiavelli coming out, you know, and I'm gonna have Attack on that. I'm gonna feature Attack. I feature him on my late EP, right. And this one too is gonna be there. And I got Young Collie already in there. Right. And Machiavelli is all about leadership, you know. Nice. Yeah, showing the people that I'm the leader of this game, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you play my songs or you don't play it, but lyrically, physically, mentally, I'm the boss. You know what I'm saying?
So,
yeah.
He's one of the Gambian musicians that I really enjoy.
Yeah,
so
for real.
And we wrap it up.
Yo, Malibele Kafo gang, you know what's up, man. Y'all catch me live at Bakau Lama Lama this coming Friday, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be collagen night, mad thing, you know, and I'm gonna send a big shout out to Juma Jallo, all my mates, you know, my team and all Gambian artists, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Attack, Takai, you know what's up, Lil Chucky, my youngin, you know what I'm saying? So thanks for, you know, having me to your platform, you know. I really appreciate it.
We'll be right here tomorrow, same time.
All right, so we come your way tomorrow with another interesting program. Bye, see you tomorrow.